Tanks have been the staple of any modern military since the Second World War. Seeing first action in the Battle of the Somme in World War I, tank technology has come a long way since. From the slow, heavy tanks of the early 20th century to the fast-moving medium tanks of the US Army, such as the M22, tanks have always been evolving. The question you may have is, what are the best tanks in the world? Well, as of now, 2023, here are the top 10. T-90M. The T-90M is a Russian MBT, with the first T-90 variant being produced in 1992, and its most modern T-90MS being produced in 2017. T-90M, while not as sophisticated as its Western counterparts, is extremely cost-effective and cheap to manufacture. This means that large quantities can be created for the Russian army to equip various units. The T-90 has been equipped to various arsenals worldwide other than Russia, including India, Algeria, and Turkmenistan. Equipped with a 125mm smoothbore main gun and a 3-tier protection system, including ERA, composite armor, and IR jammers. The tank is a combination of firepower and speed. Its smaller profile means that it's harder for other tanks to spot it, and although while it suffers from long-range engagements, it is a useful vehicle to support infantry and to provide additional fire support. The T-90 also comes with a host of advancements over its predecessors, such as advanced thermals, panoramic commander units, and various other electronic systems. AMX-56 Leclerc. The AMX-56 Leclerc is a French MBT developed in 1992 to replace the older AMX-30s within French arsenals with a next-generation tank. The Leclerc is armed with a 120mm smoothbore gun fed by an autoloader, meaning that its shots are faster and more consistent. The Leclerc is also equipped with a 1,500 horsepower engine, meaning that it is both agile and fast in the field of battle. The Leclerc is protected by advanced armor systems that decrease IR signature and is produced from 125mm AFPSDS. Although its protection systems are outdated, the Leclerc focuses power within the firepower of the tank, rather than protection that fits other Western doctrines such as the US or UK. The Leclerc is operated by France and the UAE, with around 700 produced in total. The Merkava Mark IV. The Merkava Mark IV is an Israeli-designed main battle tank used by the IDF, with the first Merkava variant being developed in 1979. The Merkava Mark IV originally entered service in 2004, costing about $3.5 to $4.5 million. This tank is not cheap. Due to the desert environment, the Merkava has been designed for survivability rather than speed or camouflage, due to the large arid environment of the desert that lacks significant cover. The Merkava, weighing at 65 pounds, comes equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun designed to fight against tanks wielded by Iran, such as the T-72. The Merkava's most advanced portion, however, is its armor, which is built to stop many rounds, such as anti-tank missiles, that put the Merkava as one of the world's most advanced tanks. The Type 99. The Type 99 is a Chinese MBT entering service within the PLA in 2001. The Type 99 is based off the T-72 chassis, with around 1,200 currently in service in the PLA. Type 99 uses a 125mm smoothbore gun. The Type 99 is also relatively agile and protected by ERA armor and composite armor, especially around the tank's gun breech. The Type 99 has been designed with the mountains on the border of India, as well as conflicts in open fields. The combat performance of this tank cover has not been tested, and it has not been seen for use in any real combat military scenarios. The Type 99's main strength is its firepower, which is facilitated by state-of-the-art stabilizers and thermal imaging systems that give the tank an advantage over older adversary tanks such as the Taiwanese M60 AMBT. The Challenger 2. The Challenger 2 first entered service into the British Armed Forces in 1998 and has proven itself reliable and effective. While not as technologically advanced as other tanks, the Challenger 2 is reliable and well protected. The Challenger 2 sports many improvements to other British main battle tanks, namely its Chobarm armor, which is a new type of armor that is especially capable of defending against anti-tank weapons and other tank-fired rounds. So far, the Challenger 2 has been sold in numbers to Oman, and soon will be operated by the Ukrainian ground forces. The Challenger 2 has a 120mm smoothbore gun that packs a punch to any enemy unlucky enough to be hit by its shot. The Type 10. The Type 10 is a Japanese main battle tank, entering service in 2012. The Type 10 is one of the two fourth-generation main battle tanks that are in large scale within military around the world. The Type 10 is the world's most expensive tank, coming in at approximately $15 million per unit, likely due to the Japanese steel Cristo Nano armor that is said to be one of the best in the world. Compared to other tanks, the Type 10 is extremely light, coming in at 40 pounds. This allows it to cross around 75% of the bridges of Japan. The Type 10 is unique, as it is a tank designed purely for homeland defense, after World War II prevented the Japanese from creating an imperial force. The Type 10 comes equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun and protected by nanocrystal steel, with speeds of 70 km per hour both forward and backward. Overall, the Type 10 is a powerful tank crafted uniquely to fit the conditions of mainland Japan that carries might and firepower wherever it goes. The T-14 Amata. While the T-14 is still a prototype tank, I've included it in this list as there are still some models that are being created and are in service within the Russian Armed Forces. Initially revealed in 2014, the T-14 is a next-generation main battle tank, consisting of many modern advancements. The T-14 contains an unmanned turret, which means that the crew is kept safe in combat zones. It also has a host of electronics and active protective system that ensures the tank is guarded against missiles and provides all-round protection. The T-14 has a 125mm smoothbore gun that is meant to decimate any enemy armor that it comes across. While impressive on paper, the T-14 is also yet to see any combat scenarios, and many of the specifications are likely exaggerated due to the nature of the Russian Armed Forces. The T-14 is also in very low numbers, so it cannot realistically be considered as a high competitor on this list. The M1A2 SEP. The M1A2 SEP is a US main battle tank. It's one of the best tanks ever, entering service in 1999. The tank has maintained its relative power and has been an integral part of the US military. The tank offers significant protection from all known anti-tank weapons. Equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun, it packs a punch and can destroy many enemy tanks. However, it lacks an autoloader, unlike many modern tanks, meaning it is much slower at shooting rounds. The M1A2 SEP contains many classified technologies such as composite armor and depleted uranium rounds. This tank has seen action many times so far, and no Abrams have been destroyed by an enemy in battle, serving in Iraq and in Afghanistan. K2 Black Panther. The K2 Black Panther is a South Korean main battle tank designed in 2003. The K2 uses advanced munitions and outcosts both the Leopard and the Leclerc. Armed with a 120mm smoothbore gun, an autoloader system, an active protective system, and a digital battlefield management system, the tank is designed to compete with any of the best tanks in the world. The tank is also designed with stealth capabilities and has a low profile, making it difficult to detect on the battlefield. The K2 Black Panther is currently in service with the South Korean Armed Forces and is planned to be exported to other countries in the future. So far, 206 have been built, rapidly expanding South Korea's aging military systems and military. Leopard 2A7. No tank list would be complete without Germany, and here once again they are the kings of the battlefield. With their infamous Leopard 2A7, revealed in 2010, the Leopard 2A7 is a force to be reckoned with. Still using their iconic names tanks after cats, boasting a 120mm smoothbore gun and a 1500 horsepower engine. You don't want to be messing with this tank. The 2A7 is fast, maneuverable, and is unlikely to be challenged by enemies for long. It has an excellent range with a gun that can punch almost anything. The tank has strong protection around its hull. Overall, the 2A7 is a king of the battlefield, strong in every area and almost indestructible. And here is the list for the top 10 tanks in the world.